Brace yourselves, investors. Big news from the ETF world. BlackRock, the financial juggernaut, has pulled off the impossible for Bitcoin ETFs as their IP'd fund, along with Fidelity's FBTC, are making waves, surging into the top 5 by year-to-date flows. This remarkable feat showcases unprecedented investor interest in these offerings, proving that the Bitcoin ETF landscape is evolving at the lightning speed. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's start. And we're starting off with this: Biden administration is proposing a 30% tax on electricity used by Bitcoin miners. And even if you are off-grid using your own solar and wind generation, all of the reasons they provide are pre-taxable. So their real reason is that they want to suppress Bitcoin and launch a CBDC. The next one: tons of people are racing to build a Bitcoin Layer 2. We are building a scalable, amazing UX for all the inscriptions. Important difference with the hashnails: we use a hash graph to tokenize inscriptions, so 3 to 5 seconds consensus finality, as well as a cheap consistent gas, ABFT, no MEV, and all on chain. The next one: Bitcoin 200 DMA is back above 40k, as this trend line served as a major buy indicator during the 2016-2017 bull run. Not so much for the 2020 bull run though. Do you think we'll get any significant pullbacks down to 200 DMA as this bull run, or are we gonna keep outpacing it? Write in the comments what do you think on this one. So Bitcoin versus other assets. Here's what I think is likely to happen in the next 3 months. This is the current growth state since ETF launched in January 11th, 2024 of Bitcoin, MSTR, and CLSK. A lot of people have chased the MSTR trade, and I must admit I missed out understanding the premium would expand past its ETF correction, which I said would happen December 28th, wish I hadn't. Scenarios: MSTR could stay where it is at while Bitcoin climbs to close the premium gap. MSTR corrects down while Bitcoin travels sideways as people take profits to close the premium gap. Bitcoin extends its correction and MSTR follows but corrects at 3x pace of Bitcoin until the premium is closed, and I think the premium has extended itself too much at this point, so it would be very surprising to see MSTR extend to 300% premium to Bitcoin this cycle. Glad for all the MSTR holders, but nevertheless very surprised. And that's why I place my investment on other asset, which I don't know, the Clean Spark Inc. Because I believe the miner will expand premium to Bitcoin as we travel into the halving and beyond. You have to be where the puck will go, not chase it. The next one: the last 30 days, 64,000 Bitcoins have been taken off the Coinbase, and if this continues, they'll be out of Bitcoin in 160 days. What a nice bear trap. This is an insane total of $7.3 billion to be liquidated to reach a new all-time high on the Bitcoin. Also, there are maybe 1 million people that have a full Bitcoin, but today, if you're in the top 1 million wealthiest people in the world, you're likely worth 40 million plus, as Bitcoin completely recalibrates our economic system, and most of you are still not bullish enough. Unpopular opinion: as Bitcoin trends towards full adoption, it will no longer be the best investment. Once it is universally accepted, it will continue to be the best store of value, but it will not give much additional purchasing power. There will be businesses that produce a positive SaaS flow and will provide a return for investors. The only difference is that the space will be much more competitive and returns will be lower, probably 2-4%, since there is no inflation. I believe Bitcoin will continue to be the best investment until it reaches full adoption, and then productive businesses will begin to stand out as better and riskier investments, as at that point one could store retirement savings in Bitcoin and invest a small portion that they are willing to lose into the businesses. Also, we broke down MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor's controversial Bitcoin investments. Admirers hail his bold moves, but skeptics question his strategy. Don't join the debate in the comments as we continue. Did you know that Portugal was issues issuer of global reserve currency for 80 years since 1450 to 1530 at most start. Spain was 110 years from 1530 to 1640. Netherlands was 80 years 1647-20, France 95 years 1720-1850, United Kingdom 105 years 1815 to 1920, and the US starting from 1920 till now still holding on. What's next one? Probably Bitcoin, because the 100-year gap for US almost finishes up, so we might get some couple of years and then the Bitcoin will finally take over that. If you missed the huge Bitcoin pump, altcoins will be next, and we are just on the start of this explosion. Too many people think that their supply of Bitcoin issued by the Bitcoin network can be increased, as this isn't as easy as you may think. If you want to change the supply of Bitcoin, you need to convince everyone running Bitcoin to change the code. Changing the code means that anyone previously running the software will have to switch to the new version of code. When some people run the old code and others run the new code, we see a fork with multiple versions of the software being run. This has happened before, but all the forks have failed miserably. Anyone running Bitcoin software today and in the future will likely be a holder of Bitcoin, so they will likely continue to run the previous version of the software with an original 21 million supply cap, because increasing the supply of the Bitcoin will have a direct impact on their holdings. And if the number of coins increases, the value of previously issued coins is diluted. Now think of this logically, as would you willingly let someone steal from you? I would not. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF enters the top 5 ranking for a year. So, in a recent update of the state of Bitcoin ETF market, Eric Balchunas, senior ETF analyst for Bloomberg, highlighted a remarkable performance of BlackRock's IBIT and Fidelity's FBTC. Balchunas noted that both funds have surged into the top 5 ETFs by year-to-date flows, showcasing a significant investor interest in these offerings. Despite being newcomers to the scene, IBIT and FBTC are holding their ground alongside industry giants, as evidenced by their impressive asset differentials, as the expert also emphasized the remarkable ascent of these funds on the market, affirming the dynamic nature of the Bitcoin ETF landscape. When probed about the likelihood of BlackRock's IBIT ending the year with the most flaws, Balchunas offered a nuanced perspective, suggesting a 10% chance while acknowledging the endurance of rival ETFs on the market. As Bitcoin's BlackRock, meanwhile, Arkham Intelligence unveils insights into the BlackRock's Bitcoin address grid, revealing a staggering growth in the hedge fund's Bitcoin positions volume. Over the span of just 3 weeks, BlackRock's BTC holdings surged from $6.3 billion to an astonishing $15.3 billion. So, according to data from the crypto intelligence portal, BlackRock has amassed a total of 223,000 Bitcoins to date, as further solidifying its position as the major player in the cryptocurrency space. Notably, Bitcoin itself has experienced a substantial growth since the introduction of BlackRock's ETF, witnessing a remarkable 62% increase in value, with PIX reaching up to 75% and hitting highs of 73,650, and as institutional interest in Bitcoin continues to escalate, and the ascent of Bitcoin ETF into the top 5 ETFs ranking for the year signals a significant milestone in the convergence of traditional finance and cryptocurrencies. So with that being said, that's kind of all the news we got. See you in the next one, and peace.